Paradox Collective podcast.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna be talking about a lot of different stuff. Got some topics going. I think Justin wants to talk about some games. I know Brian wants to talk about. I don't know what he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about skate. I think.
I think.
You know.
I like skate.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you
kind
do.
of.
We all know you do.
Yeah. Just kind of want to see where things go. So we'll see what's going on. So why don't you start us? What are we looking at? What is this, Justin?
All right. So one of the first things that I really wanted to talk about was a game that I'm really excited for. So it was 2019, and I watch a lot of on YouTube. I watch a lot of upcoming videos or upcoming games that are coming out in the next year or so, in the next few months. And one of the ones that caught my eye was a game called New World.
Look at your
So
camera.
what about my camera?
Look at your camera.
Why?
Because or else when you're talking, you're spending the whole time talking, and you're like looking at your screen.
Well,
So
I
every
need to
one,
look
at
at
least
my screen.
every once in a while, look at your camera, so that way I can tell you're looking at me because it's making me feel weird.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah, I'm making eye
There you
contact
go.
right here.
Yeah, there you go.
So what I know about New World that everybody knows is general information. You can Google search it. Is it's produced by Amazon Game Studios. It's one of their first games that they're putting out that's going to be public. They put out other games in the past, but they all flopped.
What they put out? Like what else have they put out?
So let's go ahead and take a look.
Give us some history.
All right, let's go ahead and do some history on it. So Amazon Game Studio.
Floppers. They put out flops.
Yeah.
Big
Games.
floppies?
Oh yeah.
One flop. It was okay for like 8 hours.
Just put out yeah games. There you go. 8 hours.
So these are all the games that they've put out. So
go down. Let's look at it. See if what do they have. Go down. Let's see if what does it say.
Well, they're all right here.
Yeah, but we'll look at the floppies. Go down.
What do you want to see?
There shouldn't be. There's got to be some kind of. There you go. Click on that story. Let's take a look at that.
Which one? This one?
That one. Games. Yes. There you go. That one. So what is this?
We're not claiming no offer, and we're not logging in anything.
You need to claim it so much.
No, Amazon can make just about anything except a good video game, so that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good at all.
I want to see the other side of the coin.
Right.
So I was just saying, Mike Frazzini has never made a video game. When he helped,
they've never made anything that was good.
8 years ago, 8 years later, he's released 2 duds, withdrew from stores after a torrent of negative reactions, and canceled many more. For a company that dominates countless areas of retail, consumer electronics, and enterprise computing, the multiple failures in gaming show one realm that may be impervious to Amazon.com Incorporated's distinctive business philosophy. It tried to make games the Amazon way instead of making games that people would want to play. So that was remember we kind of talked about this a little earlier. Like that, my biggest thing, like when you were talking about this game coming out, was like, oh, it's Amazon, and I said it's gonna be a game for money and not a game that's gonna be engaging.
Well, and like
I guess maybe that's what he did in the past. So we'll see if this is different. You know
right.
What I mean?
And like I said before, like there was a statistic that came out, video games don't make money. 8 ways to make money playing video games. So of course it's not gonna be straightforward. But there was something that came out.
There was something down there that says why video games aren't profitable. Right there.
All right, so why most games aren't profitable. Although video game revenue is at its highest level in history, most resources believe that the industry is recession-proof, and there are more games across the globe than ever before. Not everything is so blissful for the video game industry. According to the Electronic Entertainment Design and Research Institute, just 4% of games that go into production will turn a profit, and only 20% of titles that make it to store shelves will achieve profitability.
This is an article. It looks like it was written in 2008.
8, yeah.
Does that say that?
Yeah, it does. 2008.
Not the most recent article. I happen to disagree with this guy.
So there was also something about video game consoles.
He was just kind of quoting statistics. So
yeah. Consoles.
I mean, in a general sense, like the grand scheme of how many video games are put out there versus how many video games AAA and then actually are successful.
Here we go. Microsoft
probably got a point.
So look at this. Microsoft made a statement that said Microsoft has never made a profit from the sale of an Xbox console. The company confirmed in court on Wednesday the Razer and Blades business model has long been the norm for the console makers, which traditionally sells devices at a loss. but makes money from the software and services available, like
So
Xbox.
so here's the thing about when they post profits like that and they say that if they sold the console for what do they sell $399? Let's say
I paid $500 for the new one.
so let's say you paid $500 for the new one.
Right.
The reality is it doesn't cost them $500 to make that console. We
No.
all know that. They've marked up the products or whatever, and then so they can say they sold it at a loss, and they're still going to make money off Xbox Live and all that other
Yeah.
all those other things.
That's exactly what they say. A razor
And their
blade
companies.
model. That's what
Yeah,
pricing
and
strategy
it's
is.
and it's and the thing about that model is, especially in the electronics industry, like you can make your numbers or whatever your spreadsheet say whatever you want them to say as far as your costs or what it really
Absolutely.
costs you to make something. So, but like as far as what Brian said, I actually agree that. Well, actually, like I said, I disagree with you. I agree with him. Uh, Grand Theft Auto is like the highest grossing like intellectual property, like something like that. The highest selling, like the highest money making video game of all time. So like video games video games, I think they do make money, but I think that shitty video games don't make money.
So video games
Yeah.
make money from microtransactions. Like prime example, Fortnite is making tons of money, and it's a free to play game.
Game. So like that's the thing though. You're talking about a different animal. So like a free to play game, you have to have microtransactions or else you don't make money.
Absolutely.
You know,
So-
and like other games, they don't have to, but they do it anyway.
No, they don't. So like Xbox, like
Battlefield.
inside my Xbox, I have the new Xbox. It has a fucking processor. It damn near has its own fucking graphics card. It has SSD memory in it, and it has hard drive memory. So all of those components together may run up a bill of $500. Who knows?
They don't, and the reason is because you're talking about this is proprietary technology. It's all their shit that they're making. You know what I mean? At their own little factories. So like, there's no way that they're literally having a design to where they're losing money. Because like you said, the like he's talking about the razor theory, that economic theory. It's like making something at such where you take a small loss on the product.
Yeah, it was
and
discounted price, and then making money on
you
all
make
the
your money on the
Right.
back end. It's
Be somewhere in the ballpark of $500 to manufacture. The CPU and GPU and memory alone would make up around half of that price.
Here's what I'm saying though is that you're not gonna find a straight answer from anybody unless you go to Microsoft and dig into their actual spreadsheets for their costs.
Yeah, they would never.
kinda
reveal
wanna
their
hear
hand.
about
And
it.
they're
New
not gonna
World,
tell you
though.
that. So anyways, yeah, let's talk about New World. Let's
Alright.
get back into New World.
So I heard about New World when I was watching a video on YouTube late night, like I do almost every single night. Upcoming games. So this game was supposed to be upcoming. It was supposed to originally be released in 2020. It was supposed to originally be released May of 2020. And what happened was Corona. It happened all over the world. Everybody was affected by it. Video games have been pushed back, as many other things have been pushed back. A lot of people pre-ordered the game and were very upset about it. I was one of them. I pre-ordered it basically the day that I heard about it. I've had a pre-order for over a year now, way over
Pre-ordered
a
it?
year. I did. I pre-ordered it the
I said
moment I
when?
saw. I couldn't tell you the exact day I pre-ordered. I wish Steam would tell me. It won't. I went back and
Around?
looked.
Roundabout when?
I would say 18 months ago. Easily 18 months
Okay.
ago. Easily. And it just kept
I feel
getting
like I
pushed
remember
back.
you telling me about it back then, and I laughed it off again because
Yeah,
I'm still
Amazon,
like,
right?
yeah, you're gonna have to sell me on this. 'Cause
Yeah. So it's an MMORPG. There's plenty of them out there. World of Warcraft, Albion Online, Neverwinter. You got a whole bunch of that. Ganesh, thank you so much for smashing that like button, bro. Much appreciated.
Black Desert.
Black Desert
shit.
Online. So Black Desert Online is really cool because you can use it on your computer or you can use it on your cell phone. And
That's
it's
kinda cool.
it's cross save, right? That's really cool. There's a lot of microtransactions in that game as well. I've never physically played it on my computer, but I've played it on my cell phone. I downloaded it when I heard about it. It was an MMO that I'm able to play from my phone, and I love MMORPGs. So I thought that was really cool.
I
So
used to
anyway,
play I used to play one like there was like called like Project I don't think it was an MMO though. No, it was just an RPG. Anyways, so what was Black Desert Online like on your phone?
Black Desert Online on a phone was I wouldn't
Like,
know
what do
because
you
I can't.
do?
So you're basically your protagonist is just running
Uh-huh.
around slaying a bunch of animals and you're doing side quests. I never
Okay.
really grasped the full concept of what my
Is it
main
like a
story
side
was.
scroller boy? Is it like a side scroller
No.
boy like Raid Shadow Legends, or you're like going through a worldy type thing?
You're going
walking
through a world.
around?
It's an
That's
open
cool.
world, but it's a top-down version. It's a top-down
Gotcha.
view. So that is not my type of game style. Diablo is really cool because I like that top-down aspect of it. It's more of like a top-down side
It's like
scroller at the same time.
Like Path of Exile.
Path of Exile,
Yeah,
exactly.
I like that. I kind of
Right.
like that. It's a cool game.
Um,
Anyways,
so Amazon, I watched the trailer for it, the original trailer, not the one that I'm about to show you guys, but I watched the original trailer on it, and the graphics on the trailer looked amazing. And I'm
is that
thinking,
what sold you on the game was the graphics?
so the graphics and the little bit of gameplay and lore that they showed you with it. So I'm
What
about
is this
to.
coming out on? Is it coming out on the Amazon console or a Stadia?
No,
Or
so
what?
it'll be
What
on
is it?
Stadia and it will also be on Steam. I pre-ordered it on Steam. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that right now, and this is what I'm very excited for.
Let me just turn his camera off so we can boot up fucking Skatey Boys.
Probably.
Nah. I was closing the door. I was making weird noises.
All right, so here we go.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
What
No.
This is
is
a trailer. I saw this trailer. Look,
Hold
this
on.
game
Hold
looks
on.
great.
Hold on. You can't hear it?
I can't hear it.
That has to be on your end. Brian, were you able to hear it?
That's
Nope.
on mine. No. I can't.
No?
It's on your end.
Nope.
You have to share the audio.
How do I share
Uh,
audio?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have my audio up. That's in the window.
My
It's on
audio
your
is
end.
up in the window too.
Unmute. That's to unmute that. Let me see. Hold on one second. Somebody in my chat said that we hear it.
They hear it.
They hear
Oh,
it
we don't. How do they hear it and we don't? That's weird.
because my audio is routed from my desktop audio. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
I don't
play
really
it.
need to hear it. It's cool, dude.
Do you hear it or
See it.
no?
No, we don't hear it. Just play it.
the substance of legends,
Make it big.
the pulse of adventure,
I mean, this isn't even gameplay though. This is like
glory of
cutscene
triumph,
shit.
Eternum is
There was a whole
life
demo.
eternal.
Oh yeah, I played it.
and
Did you like the
death
demo?
Yeah,
Incarnate.
I loved it.
I didn't know.
Looks like a mobile game, bro.
Yep. Zarko, what up, my dude?
Hey, see if Zarko's
What
unbanned
is
yet.
Eternum?
Please find it. Ask him to find
After
it.
the podcast.
The fires of destruction, rage
We need to
and
be able to see
malice.
that.
Eternum is the truth behind nightmares.
Pull it up on YouTube on the side.
What is
On
Eternum?
YouTube, right, bruh?
That depends on you.
So that's launching August 31st, man. I'm super excited for this. I love MMORPGs. So one of the main things is because I pre-ordered it, I was able to play the alpha, or if it was, I don't know if it was a beta or if it was an alpha. I know it looks super cool. And inside of it, so you have subclasses, but you're not grinding for one certain class. You're generally leveling up your character, and you can spend your attribute points on whatever you want to work on. If you want to work on crafting, then you can do that.
What's really cool about the game that drew me to it is that there didn't seem to be a particular like skill tree type of thing.
Right.
You pick up a bow,
Yep.
you are leveling your bow skills. You pick up a hammer, you are leveling your hammer skills. You know, it's
Right.
not like the typical skill tree set. It just seemed a little bit more intuitive, which is a really cool aspect to a game that I think I would personally enjoy. I'm hyped for it. I'm probably gonna buy it when it comes out, unless Diablo 4 is taking up all my time. But other than that, I think Amazon has potential to put out a sick game, even though Crucible was fun for 4.5 hours and then it was straight dog water
Oh yeah, we
garbage.
played that.
It was
We
lost
played
and
that.
free.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it had potential and then it
Crucible.
kind of fell off.
Yeah, Crucible. It was pretty bad.
Why was it fun for 4 hours and then it sucked?
I have no idea.
It was new?
I'm a MOBA player. I like to play MOBAs, top down, 5-on-5 battle arena, HOTS, Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends type game. So that was basically a first person MOBA with like I can't remember if it was exactly a 5-on-5. I think it was, but there was an objective for two teams to go head to head in
Right.
sort of an arena like area and to kill each other and then get the hive and then score points. So it like got that MOBA individual skill
Yep.
itch. It got that for me out, which was fun. And I like it was multiplayer. Anything multiplayer playing with my friends, I fucking love it. Sign me up. You know, I'll play anything with friends if they agree to play it.
Absolutely.
So that's just how I thought of it. And it was fun, but it kind of got repetitive. There was a meta. It was obvious what the meta was really fast, and it kind of got old. And that was it.
Yeah, it got old real fast. I played with you and your brother, and it was
But it was
fun.
smooth.
It was very smooth, and I don't know why it flopped. Somebody in my chat said, "Is there any word on Diablo's release date?" And as far as I know, I think
Diablo
there'll be
4.
there will be more information at E3.
They just had it. Didn't they just do a whole reveal on that like a month ago or 2 months ago? Some type of
Not that
reveal
I
shit?
know of.
Yeah, the Blizzard thing, the online Blizzard con shit that was on Twitch.
Hold on, let's go ahead and take a look right now.
They just did something.
Let's see.
I don't know if
Couple months
there's an
ago.
announcement for it yet.
Diablo 4 gameplay trailer. We
Yeah,
got
I know
gameplay.
I've seen trailers. Yeah, there's
So here's some
definitely trailers.
gameplay. We can take a look at the
Saw that.
gameplay.
This shit, they played this at the reveal online Blizzard
I
con.
think their
Right.
mobile version is going to come out before 4, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, this just reminds me of Diablo 3, which I now own.
I'm gonna buy the fucking Halo skin.
Yeah, so this looks amazing. This definitely looks amazing. I'm super excited for this as well.
I don't know if I would call this an MMO though. I would call this like a dungeon.
Yeah,
It's definitely
definitely.
massive.
Crawler.
Yes, a
Yeah,
dungeon
I would-
crawler.
PoE,
Absolutely.
dungeon crawler.
Yeah. Yeah, this just looks amazing. So, but as far as I know, we'll have more information at E3. I don't think there's anything
It's a
else.
long video. It's a 10-minute video.
Yeah, that was all gameplay too. What I'm gonna do is open up a second thing and bring it over here, so I can see you guys. Let's see, Diablo 4 release date. So yeah, there's nothing as far as when the exact release date is going to be. So it'll be announced at BlizzCon. At BlizzCon is set to take place between February 19th and 20th, 2021. However, has said in the call that Diablo 4 will not be released in 2021. Activision is saying that 2022 will be the big year for Blizzard in particular. So it looks like it'll probably be in 2022. I know I
I'm
can't
excited
even.
for it personally.
Absolutely. Somebody in my chat just said the same exact thing. So, yep. But back to A New World, man. Most likely that game is going to take up a huge chunk of my time. Like when I say a huge chunk of my time, I literally mean
Good.
yeah, if it's good. So I played the beta, and the beta was really cool, right? It was really overpopulated because everybody had been waiting so long to get their hands on it and to be able to finally play something from A New World. There was a lot of players there. It was pretty confusing on your shelter. So your shelter is where you go to build your potions, to go and upgrade your armor. So the really cool thing about it is if I kill one enemy and it drops a piece of armor, I don't have to hope that it's going to be part of my subclass. I can level up any piece of armor, and like Brian was saying earlier, I can level up any piece of weapon. If I'm using a bow, it levels up my bow. If I'm using a sword, it'll level up my sword. Where you go to upgrade all your stuff, it was kind of confusing. and all the initial what's the word I'm looking for? All your initial quests, so to speak, your quests were kind of hard to try to track down on your map and your mini map. It was really confusing. I'm sure they've worked out all of that. The other week, last week, they released gameplay footage of their very first dungeon. So they gave 4 creators level 30 characters, and they put them into a level 25 dungeon. You won't be able to do dungeons until you're level 25. So they gave them level 30 characters, and they let them do the dungeon. They completed it pretty fast. What one of the creators said was he wishes that they wouldn't have given them a level 30 character, that they would have given them a level 25 character, because he felt like he was power gaming right through it, and it didn't seem like it was much of a challenge. The developers said that this is a beginning dungeon. This will be the very first dungeon that everybody has to complete to kind of get you trained on what to expect in a dungeon. What I saw from the bosses weren't doing anything out of the ordinary. Apparently, they were doing the exact same sort of damage that normal enemies would out in the open world. So I guess depending on the difficulty of the dungeon, it could be a little bit the enemies will have different powers and abilities. So
So what with basically, if you pick up any armor, let's say if I'm a, so you were talking about are there different classes that you can pick from?
no,
initially, or
there
No,
is no
you
class.
just you do what you want to do, and you'll level that up as you go.
Yup.
It's like intuitive as all hell.
Yeah, and you have a skill tree, and you can branch out your skill tree to whichever way you want to go. If you want to be working on like spell building and things like that for like more magic damage, you'll build out that way on the skill tree. If you want to be more of like a tank, you'll build out that way. So yeah,
is there not a skill tree?
there is a skill tree, but there's no classes. You don't choose a class.
So you just basically as you make your way through the world, whichever weapon you decide to use is what's going to make you stronger.
Yeah, but I
So, like-
feel like
So like for instance, let's say if I pick up a sword, am I gonna be able to keep that sword throughout my campaign and just make it stronger or get a better sword? Or what if I come along?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, so if I'm a swordy guy, if I'm a swordy boy, and then like I'm going down the road, tra la la la, and I come across a badass hammer, then all of a sudden I have this badass hammer that's stronger than my sword, but then I don't have any hammer skills.
right.
So, like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't understand. Like I understand what you're saying, where it seems intuitive, but at the same time, it's like, what's my motivation gonna be, or what do I work towards? You know what I mean? Is it like, so if I find all this other cool ass shit, can I use it for anything, or can I sell it, or whatever? If it's better than my armor, like, is it really better than my armor? If I'm specced into super tanky and I find this really good armor,
Right.
but it's ranger armor, is it actually really gonna help my character?
Well,
You
you
know,
wouldn't
those are
find
the kind of questions.
you wouldn't find ranger armor. All armor and
So it's all gonna
pieces
be
of
client side loot, and it's all gonna be like your character specific.
yeah. You're gonna obviously, depending on the type of armor, like helmet is gonna have its own like level that you're gonna have to work towards by, I assume, taking damage to your head. There's no aim assist, so if you're using a bow, you
Shooter
have
game,
to.
right?
Yeah, it's a PC game.
Shouldn't be
No,
an
there
assist.
shouldn't. Absolutely not. I think them not it, like you were saying, if you were a swordy boy and you came across a hammer, why would you want to pick up the hammer? Because it's going to be, you don't have anything skilled towards your hammer. I think what that's going to force people to do is to be using every type of weapon.
So that's what I'm saying, though. All right, so theoretically, like what you're saying, then, why would I use every type of weapon instead of just speccing into just freaking min-maxing and just being a sword boy and then just getting stronger and stronger? The next question is, are weapons going to have levels? That's my thing. So I have a sword.
Oh yeah, weapons have levels.
So is my sword only going to have a finite amount of levels? Can I level it up with my character? Can I maybe get the first sword I ever get, and it levels up? And you know how sometimes in some games you have to get a new weapon, and some games your weapon will transform and level up with you.
Right.
So it's
So as far as I know, the max level for each piece of weaponry is 50. Now you got to understand that you may be a sword boy, but that sword that you have has its own level. And then every type of sword that there is going to have its own level.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
most
know.
likely what they're going to do is they're going to force you to use other types of weapons in like the dungeons. Like one person. So here's another thing. In that gameplay that I watched of that dungeon, what it stated that one person has to have this equipped, and it was a weapon. So there will be a
Is
dedicated
that like
person.
a quest? Is that like a quest item that you're? So do you have to go in with a party, or can you go in alone, or?
I'm sure you'll be able to solo dungeon. I mean, people do it in World of Warcraft on fucking boss level. You know what I mean? So I'm sure people will figure it out. Gamers were very smart. We'll figure it out somehow. Somebody's going to try it. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, no, you're not going to. On the dungeon that they were playing, the 4 of them had to stand on all 4 plates at the same time to activate something.
So it's like a raid type deal, like a
Yeah.
Destiny type thing.
Yeah, but they're calling it a dungeon. They're not calling it a raid. They're calling it a dungeon. Speaking of raids, Vault of Glass is coming soon.
So Aztec was doing something about that.
Tomorrow. It actually launches tomorrow. They're doing it on a
Looking
Saturday,
forward to
so everybody. I don't have a. I mean, I could get with my
You-
clan.
Your clan.
I could, and maybe we can get world's first, and I get that fucking belt. That would be dope as fuck. I'd wear it
really
everywhere,
cool.
dude. I'd wear it everywhere out in public.
So with the Vault of, that's interesting. Let's talk about that. The Vault of Glass. So is that going to be like It's not going to be
Exactly.
the same Vault of Glass
I
as
wouldn't
the last
imagine.
time, right?
I wouldn't imagine
Thought
they
that
would
be
make
like-
it
that'd be
exactly the same.
yikers.
Yeah, because everybody remembers the mechanics. At least I remember most of the mechanics to it.
It's
If
been
that's
so
the
long.
if that's the case, people are going to beat it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, so it's
You
it
know,
won't be
so
the
that-
same Vault of Glass.
No, not
How does
beca-
it tie into the story of Destiny?
I couldn't tell you the lore behind it. I love Destiny. I couldn't tell you shit about the lore. I just know about Cade 6 and his son Ace. That's about it. That's
Oh, he had
all
a
I
kid?
know.
Isn't he a robot? How do you have a kid?
No,
like
Cade
poster?
isn't. Well, I mean, so in that realm, everybody has kids. Like, you know what I mean? He isn't an actual robot. It's his exosuit makes him look like that. So I don't know if you remember the gun in Destiny 2 called Ace of Spades.
Yeah, it's his gun.
Yeah, well, it's named after his kid, Ace.
Oh,
Yeah. So
the gun's still in Destiny. It's still good.
it
isn't
is absolutely. Yeah. It's one of the best hand cannons for PvP.
Yeah.
I started playing Destiny 2 again
What are you
since
doing over there,
the.
Brian?
Nothing. Just looking at text and stuff for like logos and shit. I hear you guys talking about Destiny and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him back on Destiny because I know he played it at one point and he said he
I
lost
do
interest
have
in
it. I installed it. Yeah, hitting robots over and over again that aren't people is like hard for me to do repetitively. You know,
It's like
I
Diablo,
like,
though, kind of, except that they're monsters.
my
Dangerous.
tastes are weird and they vary. Like I have a very eclectic taste in everything that I do in life.
Right?
Video games is one of them, and sometimes I like to.
The Eclectic Collective.
Sometimes I like to kill robots, and sometimes I like to beat up on little nerdy kids on the internet. And
So, what was your
Some-
experience with Destiny 2? What did you do in Destiny 2? Did you just do the main story quest and then didn't do any of the open world stuff?
yeah, I started doing the main story quest. I enjoyed the story when I was into the story. And I was playing with one friend of mine, and it just kind of seemed old. I don't know, like the events were cool. I'd show up to an event, kill some people, get some loot. It all seemed real pointless. I thought it was going to be like more open worldy. I thought it was going to be more MMOE. I thought it was going to be more RPGE, and it just kind of wasn't. And I was just fighting robots on an alien planet. It just felt pointless for me after a while.
It's very MMO. So there's instances. I don't know if you've ever played Neverwinter. Like if I were to launch Neverwinter and you were to launch it at the exact same time, I could friend request you and you can accept the friend request, like to join my party, but you would be in a different instance. You'd have to go into the menu and change your instance. So it's the same thing with Destiny. It's the same
I
thing with
played
Destiny.
Another game called Neverwinter Nights, I think. I don't know if it was the same game or not, but it was definitely an MMO.
Yeah, it's the same game. Same game. It's just like a
so, yeah, I
DLC
remember-
for it.
That
Right.
was like a long time ago.
So what really got me with Destiny was the raids. Like a team of 6
Yeah,
of
I never
us
got
or
into
8 of
it.
us, a team of 8 of us are going in and we have an objective and we have to figure out what the mechanics are to get to the objective. Nowadays with YouTube and everything like that, people are easily able to figure out what the mechanics are after one person has done it. And then before you know it, doing raids in Destiny 2 becomes second nature. The main grind in Destiny is your level cap. So right now the level cap is 1310, which is your soft level cap. And then with the season pass, you get a boost of 15. So your max level is 1325. I'm currently level 13.4.
So, do you buy the season pass?
I do every single season.
So you get a 15-point light level boost if you buy the season pass. And
Yes.
then, are there any instances where your light level like matters, like with PvP,
With PvP, yes, in comp.
like Iron Banner?
Iron Banner, I don't remember if level
Used to.
scaling is a thing. It might be. If it was, most likely it still is.
To be,
And
like
then-
no. So I remember. All right. So with Iron Banner and Destiny 1, because I love Destiny 1.
Right.
Iron Banner and Destiny 1, like it made a difference. Like that's why that was the whole thing. So like if I was light level, if I was like an 1120 and you were a 1050 and
Right.
you had a stronger gun than me, it wouldn't matter. Your gun's not going to do damage to me,
Right.
Because I'm a higher light level. So and that was the whole point of like when you're in Iron Banner. Oh, I'm gonna go in Iron Banner, jacked out on my highest character, and I'm gonna use my best guns, and that's the grind, and it's PvP, and that was the thing that I loved that. But with Destiny 2, when they brought it in, they introduced Iron Banner. They just had it was like the light level didn't matter. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point then? The
Well,
whole point was
also
grinding for rewards.
now there are so many
PvP.
mods. Now there are so many mods for every piece of weaponry. Dude,
Yeah.
the mods are crazy, bro. Like additional rangefinder. Like rangefinder allows you to do additional damage from a greater distance, which is really good for people that are using hand cannons, which seems to be the ongoing meta and shotguns inside PvP.
Well, I was watching Aztec, and they were testing out the some kind of new mod that buffs explosive damage on kills for like like Dragonfly and shit like that, and
Yeah.
Firefly, and like. So it's like there's just like you said, that's the thing with so Destiny for me, like I liked even Destiny 2, I played up until like the Mars shit, like the Mars thing happened,
Right.
Mars DLC, and then like I got to the point where it was the same as with me is how what Brian was talking about, where it was just grinding, and then it got boring, and then like I think Destiny is like, and I never got into the raids either. I think I played one or two of the raids. I did the Vault of Glass back in the day, and that was
Right.
fun. That was fun, but like
Cole, wait,
I
what's up, man?
didn't feel like there was enough meat there in that game. I felt like it was all there's a lot of glitz and glamour, but there wasn't a lot of content. Like in the first one, when that Hive ship, Destiny 1, the fucking
Yeah.
what was that? The Hive. I don't remember the DLC, but that Hive thing with the ship that crashed, whatever. You gotta go on that.
The Taken King. The Taken
Yeah,
King.
there was so much shit to do there.
Yeah.
In that ship and all around the ship with the Cabal and with the Hive people and the Taken and everything, and you go in there and you do the Prison of Elders and all that stuff, and it was like, I don't know, man. Like
Imagine that
like
on
that better.
steroids. Imagine that on steroids, bro. That's what Destiny 2 is, man. There are so many raids. There's so much content. There's a lot of stuff to do in Destiny. And now you got to keep in mind that even in Destiny 1, bounties. Bounties are huge because it gives you the materials to be able to upgrade your things. Say if I have one weapon and I get another weapon that's stronger, but I don't like the actual weapon, I can always infuse it to my weapon that I like to bring up the light level. And you need materials to be able to do that. That game is 100% without a doubt a grind. That's all that game is just a grind.
I feel like it's changed a lot. Like I know they with them adding. All right, so here's what I feel like with like exactly what you're talking about, with them adding all the ornaments,
Yeah.
and the masterworks.
Yep.
That was pretty much the end for me, because like I remember when the that Mars DLC came out, we grinded. I don't remember what it was, dude. We grinded for a long time doing all these missions on Mars in
Yep.
the little meme that you got to go outside and into their little Vex world or whatever, and then come back and go there and come back and go there and come back. And then you went into that little lighthouse room there and put your little fucking tokens in the thing, and you get a shitty ass fucking gun that's not even powerful. that you got to grind even more for. And I was just like, all right, dude, this is just, it was just too much. Because like the whole DLC was like, we added new things that you grind for that, and then we basically changed the way everything works so that to justify adding the new buffs. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on anybody who still plays Destiny. Like I know there's a lot of
Yeah,
people that
neither
still
am I.
like it.
It's just not my bag.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that still like it, but like for me, I kind of lost it. I could probably still get back into it, but the big thing that's also holding me back is I don't want to spend $70 on a bunch of DLCs for a
On the
game I'm probably not
DLCs,
gonna like.
right? On the DLCs, and that's where
Yeah.
they get you. It's now a free to play game, but the DLCs are where they get you, bro. That's where they fucking get you, and you have to buy the last DLC in order to be able to play all the previous stuff. So, what game did you want to talk about, Brian?
Well, I made a little list.
You want to talk about Skater Boy Pro?
I mean, I have a list of 3 games. I could start with my most unfavorite to my favorite, but if you want me to talk about my favorite one, I can.
I
What do you
think
wanna
no.
hear?
Let's talk about your unfavorite first.
So it's not like I am interested. I am skeptical of this game that's coming out. Anybody who knows me knows that I love to play DayZ, and I
Yep.
am a fan of DayZ.
Yep.
Been into that game a while. First time I played it, I was up until 4 or 5 in the morning. The sun rose. I didn't even realize it. It was one of those immersive experiences. I played it when it was vanilla. Now there's all these modded versions.
Yeah.
You spawn into the map. Anybody who hasn't played it before, you spawn into a map. Everything's written in like Russian. It's a post-apocalyptic zombie survival, and you have no idea what's going on or where to go. There's no map, and you're forced to survive.
Yep.
So the new game, this guy Dean Hall was the creator of DayZ, and then Brian Hicks came onto DayZ and made DayZ standalone. But Dean and Brian has teamed up on this new game that's coming out called Icarus. It is basically it's kind of like Subnautica in space.
Like the Icarus project?
Yeah.
Icarus, yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Icarus.
Icarus.
So Dean Hall and Brian Hicks. For a DayZ fan, I am intrigued, but for a DayZ fan, I am not intrigued. I sat in a crappy beta alpha 1.1,
Yeah.
zombies glitching through walls, food not spawning. I was talking to one of my buddies about the game, and he was saying DayZ is the depression, the game. Like it's just
the Great Depression.
yeah. Sometimes it's just like that,
Yeah.
When I first started playing, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was always dying of hunger, and I was cold, and I was wet, and I was like, oh my god, But whatever. Icarus.
It's almost DayZ's one of those games. It's funny. DayZ's one of those games where it's almost worse when you realize what you're doing. When you kind of know your way around, because then it's like, then when you fall and you break your leg, then you're like, oh, it's not, oh shit, what happened? Then it's like, oh, I'm a fucking moron. I should have known better, or it's something like that. Or
Colway, this is the very first podcast, man. It's the Paradox Collective, as you see above.
Like when you fight
the
some
aspect.
zombies and run away, and then you look down and you bleed to death because you weren't paying attention, and you're like, shit.
Right. I like it, and you get used to it. But anyway, Icarus Rocketworks is the new company that they're under. And this is a PvE, so far PvE, no PvP, survival. It's an outer planet, other world survival. Up to 8 of your buddies in a server can survive. So this is, I watched a video on it. I've seen an interview on it with these two. It's basically like Rust, like very Rust Ark style on another planet. So I'm like skeptical.
Do you have a trailer? Do you have a trailer or anything queued up for us?
There's one on YouTube that you could check out. They did a live stream. It was choppy.
Looks like Pat's pulling up one. Let's see. Can you make it full screen for us?
Can you guys hear it?
No.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I could see it. That's definitely it.
I hear it from your headset. That's so weird. I don't know why.
Probably because it's loud.
No, why I can't hear it.
Well, no, I mean, maybe you can
Very
hear it from
Rust
my
style
headset
building. If
through
you've
my
ever
mic.
played Rust, alien planet, but he's making bows and arrows.
Yeah.
The fuck, man. Like I said, I'm skeptical. I'm interested enough to keep up with it, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it right off the bat.
Well, there's your boy Dean Hall right there talking about it.
Yeah.
So this seems more like a it's more like Daisy in space, but it's not actually. It's just Daisy on a different planet, so they can do different things with different resources. It seems like.
Uh,
So,
yeah.
I-
Like
what
I don't
I
even know
know-
if they
From my
mentioned
initial look.
Daisy at all.
What I
No,
know
what
of
I'm
it,
saying. No, what
what
I
I-
mean by that is what I mean. It's like it's not. It's a survival game on a different planet. That's what it
Yeah.
seems like.
Yep. And there's a different aspects to it. There's like storms that come in that could destroy your house. There's like time missions. You got to get off the planet. You got to gather certain resources. So I think it would be fun,
Planet hopping?
especially if us three got together and played it. I think it would be fun.
I think
So
I
you
figured
can-
out. I think I figured out why everything was muted. So there's a volume button on the bottom right.
Oh no. I
Yeah.
don't have that one. So let me try it again. Hold on. So is there? I don't know. Let me just asked you.
So storms on Icarus are really
On the
dangerous.
bottom right of your Discord.
We have all the usual gathering mechanics. As you go along, you can definitely gather some stuff. This
Go
does
full
not-
screen. Go full screen.
pretty balanced
Go full screen in Discord.
mechanics.
I don't
Right
know
there
how
at the
to do
bottom
that.
right. Bottom right. And then there should be a volume right next to it.
What's up,
Yours doesn't
Zarko?
have it.
With us,
Uh,
hoping to find
You gonna
out
play this game with me, bro, or what, Zarko?
every bush and this entire map is harvestable. And let's say there's a lot. So if you walk up,
Yeah, I mean,
So
there's
what
so
I know
much
of it, what
that
I know
think
of
they
it,
could do.
what I know of it is once you have, so you're basically gathering resources, and then you're gonna go back onto your ship and take it back to your planet.
Right.
a lot better over time. So whack the tree a little bit.
See, like right there, that's an example of what's going on that I think that they could do something better. They're like, I mean, it is a fucking alien planet, so they could tell me to go fuck myself on like any little mechanic that I think is fucked up. But he's like hitting a rock, right? You ever like hit a giant boulder in real life? Like it splits and like makes noise, and there's like dust everywhere, and there's rock particles. This
Yeah.
thing is chipping away like it's a hollow egg.
Right.
I mean, like, I'll go easy on it, but I've been burned by Daisy for a while, but I still love the game.
he said so. They said basically the game, the framework of it is to make everything on the planet harvestable. So every
Yeah.
rock, every tree,
cool.
whatever. So that's
Yeah, you're
really a
supposed
really
to take
cool
it back to your
concept.
ship
My
and
problem,
extract with it.
my problem with that is like, so I'm a spaceman. Why don't I have better tools? Like, why am I making rock tools if I'm a spaceman? Shouldn't I come with the tools to get everything
I
off
guess
the
it
planet?
Depends on the
crash
planet
land?
that you crash land onto. That planet in particular there kind of looked like Earth.
So is
So-
that what it is? Is it a crash landy or is it I'm just out in space?
I
hanging
have
out?
no idea as far as how you get to the planets that you get to.
Mhm.
So
don't
it's
know much
based on
about it
your
like that.
ship. So I looked a little bit into this a while ago, and I may be off on my target what I'm trying to say right now. But basically, what it is you have your home, which is up in space, and you get on your ship and you bring down whatever you need, like your hatchet and whatever, to gather your materials. You gather the materials and you bring them back on your ship, and then on your ship you can upgrade all your things. I would assume they're gonna make better.
lot of gun space.
Like
Yeah.
the Icarus is like a bigger ship, and then that's
Right.
like a small shuttle.
Yep.
And you go down, and you're basically like the researcher gatherer. That's cool. I'm down.
Yeah. Zarko
moving
says he's
on.
down to play.
Hell yeah. Moving on, another game that I've recently found a passion for is Skate. I'm eclectic, so I just went from a survival topic to like a sport skate game. So I'm
Right.
excited. Skate 4 has been announced recently. I don't know about you guys, but I played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater when I was a kid.
Absolutely. On
And
PlayStation.
I remember the soundtrack, you know. And
Yeah.
recently, I have a 7-year-old and I have a 5-year-old, and I recently gave them my old Xbox 360, breaking out all the old games and shit.
Awesome.
You know, and one of those games is in there, Skate 1, Skate 2, and you know, playing with him, playing Diablo 3 with him and stuff like that. And he's like, I want to play this game, I want to skateboard. And then like it kind of reawoke in me that like
That's
Skate
awesome.
was a sick fucking game, you know, like the way they reinvented Tony Hawk was very like arcadey.
Yeah.
You know, it was
absolutely.
like string together, lots of tricks real quick. There was like very Superman-ish arcadey.
Yeah.
And Skate was like you use your thumbsticks as if they were the feet on the board. I don't know if you guys have ever tried skating before or even stepped on a board before, but your
Yeah.
feet positioning
Yep.
make it happen, you know? So
Yeah.
that's what the thumbsticks do on the Xbox. And
Is that how they made the game? I never
yeah,
played it.
your thumbs
I played Tony
do the
Hawk like
tricks.
a motherfucker, bro. I love that game, but
So
so it's
yeah,
like
I've
fucking
been
what is that? What is that? What's the skateboard things that you have with your fingers?
Oh,
like tech
Tech
decks or
Decks.
whatever.
Yeah,
Tech
dude.
Decks.
Tech Decks.
Yeah, but it's like the baby version of it. But yeah, Skate 4 was recently announced. You know, they last game they made was Skate 3, and that was like over a decade ago. And I think they've been in hibernation and like kind of like waiting for the right time. And there's only one video of the devs talking about that they're excited, and it's basically community driven. And I heard that they've flooded comments of EA. This is EA game, by the way. So another AAA company getting on making another game. Super excited for it. I'm like so
Activision
pumped.
made Tony Hawk, didn't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, because you remember the eye would be rolling on the skateboard and the sphere would
yeah.
come down. Yeah, it was Activision. Yeah.
I can't wait. I would love just like an MMO skateboard style game where you could play with other players in the games. You know, you could join tournaments, you could make videos, you could try to get sponsors, you could put your own gear out, put your own videos out, you know, whatever. The it's really limitless, right? You could have an apartment, whatever, man. It's I'm super excited for what they have in store with that game. Skate 4 is going to be
That's kinda
amazing.
like, you said EA's making that?
Yeah.
That's a
So
big company.
Well, they do EA. That's like EA Sports. So they do like and don't they do 2K?
Yeah, speaking of 2K, it's free right now on Epic Games. If you're on PC
Uh-oh.
and you're watching this, you can go to Epic Games and claim a free copy of NBA 2K.
Like I don't really play. Like I played like Madden back in the day, but like that's the thing. Like it's very possible that with them coming out with a game like that, because the way 2K games are set up nowadays with NBA 2K, it very well could be a career mode where you get sponsors and you have a whole
Yeah,
life
Skate
deal. That would be kinda
Skate
cool.
2 was like that, and Skate 1 was like that, where you are getting sponsors and driving
Yeah.
and going around. And but I want it to be like more in depth with like other players, and I want there to be tournaments with other like I want it to be. I
That
have
would
like a
be
lot of ideas, you know.
So that would be really cool because, like, I know in NBA 2K, like you've got like your normal, what is it, like your where you go, your pickup games and shit. When we have just like the basketball courts out there, and it's just a whole bunch of people hanging out, fucking off, waiting to play. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know much about the 2K games.
They call it like the neighborhood or some shit. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about. It. I'm just seeing my other boy played it a bunch. But that would be cool if like in the game you've got like your normal story mode and your progression, and then like there's like an area of the game where you can log in, and it's like a giant skate park, and you can skate against other people, do tricks, and it's like, and if maybe it's huge, and
Yeah,
maybe there's different parts where they're doing skate tournaments every freaking 5 minutes.
Right, voice chat. You roll up to somebody, hey, let's play a game of Skate. You know what I mean? Like, and just
Like a
start
proximity chat,
and
yeah.
hire one of your buddies to videographer it and edit it, and it's honestly limitless what they could do nowadays with PC games. And if you want me to continue, I have one more game on my list
Absolutely.
that I can talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm also an MMO fan in some aspects. I'm also a Star Wars fan. So my hopes is this new Star Wars MMO that was announced. Ubisoft, right, is coming
Yep.
out with the new Star Wars MMO confirmed. There's like nothing I found that was any like trailers or anything like that. A lot of it's like Reddit posts of somebody leaked some words, you know.
Yep.
Again, that's like all
Right now?
fictitious in my head.
Star Wars MMO.
Yeah, Star Wars MMO. I played back in the day. I played Star Wars Galaxies when it first dropped, and I was probably like maybe 14, 15.
Didn't they
Playing that
have-
game, the game was great.
What's the one that was the Old Republic, right? Isn't that
Old
like
Republic. Remember, I said that before, Brian.
Yeah, Old Republic was like a newer one that came out, but like Galaxies was before that. It was like the Star Wars MMO, and there was many like different versions of that game that came out. And the first one, the Jedi, to be a Jedi, it was unknown and it was extremely rare, and you had to go through a certain set of like skills and happen to do these things, and nobody knew really how to unlock it and be a Jedi, and it had to be like the perfect playthrough in order to get a Jedi, which I love and I hate at the same time. Also,
It's actually a really cool concept.
That
That's a
is.
really
Right.
cool concept. Like that would be cool in a game. That's a cool concept of like the higher skill, the higher skill, more elite classes, or something you have to
Right.
either you're working towards and you're kind of going in that in that direction, or it's something to where like, oh well, you just happen to luck into it because you freaking got the last damage in on like 3 or 4, and who knows, whatever it is that you had to do that you randomly unlocked. That's
So it's
kinda
like, yeah, there's like two different schools of thought with that, right? You play a Star Wars game, why? Because Star Wars is awesome. And the second thing, you want to be a fucking Jedi or you want to be a Sith, right? You want to play with the goddamn lightsaber. So it's either
Absolutely.
everybody wants to do it or they make it how it is in real life. In the story of Star Wars, how many Jedis are there? Few and far between, right? And they get canceled out and they get slaughtered, and all the way down the storyline, there's only like one or really two, and then it ends up with being a few.
So fun fact, real quick. Fun fact about lightsabers and Jedi's. So when they approached Samuel L. Jackson to be in not the last series, but the series before that,
Clone Wars, I believe.
I think that's when he made his debut. So George Lucas came up to him and was like, "Hey man, we really want you to be in our movie." He's like, "Cool, I'll do it as long as my lightsaber can be purple." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll take a look at it and we'll see." So then they told him that you're hired. Da 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 da. He showed up on day one, and so when they're making it, you're just holding basically a stick. You know what I mean? And then when the
Right.
movie revealed, he seen that he had a purple lightsaber, and he was all on board.
Right.
What were you saying?
What the fuck was I saying?
Oh, we're talking about the only being a couple Jedi.
Yeah, so the rarity, the realism of it being a rarity, is something that I like also, but it's like, where's the fine line? And I'm sure they'll come up with a solution to that. I'm sure they'll mull it over, but I'm super excited for it. The game engine that they're developing on is called Snowdrop. Same developers as Justin's favorite game, The Division.
Boom.
Same engine that made that. Same engine that made South Park's Fractured Butthole. Great game, and one of
Great
the
game.
Mario games as well.
It was amazing. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I was not.
So
I bought it
toxic.
as a meme. No. I bought that game as a meme, and I ended up having
Sick game.
so much fun playing
Yeah.
with Fractured Butthole.
I don't
That
think they're
game,
gonna
dude.
actually fuck something up though,
Is he
Cold
talking?
Wave.
He muted
I'm
himself.
talking to my chat. chat. I would get my hopes up as well.
Yeah, underrated
Star
game.
Wars is amazing, and just like Brian
anyways, that's what I'm
said,
talking about.
people play Star
so,
Wars
like,
for one of
they
two
are
reasons.
also coming out with a
Because Star
game
Wars
on
is
that,
fucking
on that
amazing,
engine,
or they want to be a
Avatar.
Jedi or a Sith, so
That'll
they can
be
play
a
with the
game from that
lightsaber.
engine, and I think that'll come
Given
out before Star Wars, so it'll be
The
nice
creators
to
of
see
the
what
Division
that
1 and the
engine can
Division
do.
2. I
Avatar
love the
game
Division
comes
1 and
out.
Division
yeah,
2.
an Avatar game.
So
That's
I don't
in
know if they're
the-
gonna fuck
that's in the
something up or
making as
not.
well. So
They possibly could.
just to see
maybe
the
not.
engine and what it could do will be exciting. And again, I'm all hopes for all of these games. I want to see them all really be successful, and I'll definitely sink like tons of hours into all of them. And my wife is gonna kill me.
Do you guys not want me to mute when I'm talking to my chat so you guys can hear everything?
I don't care. I mean, it'll bring more conversation to the party if we hear it.
Okay,
Maybe there's,
so
like,
somebody in my chat said I would not get my hopes up about the Star Wars game from Ubisoft. The Massive is working on it. Creators of the Division 1 and 2 guarantee they will fuck something up again.
a Division hater. Is that a Division hater?
I don't think it's a Division hater because he plays a lot of Division. That's how I met him.
So he thinks Massive is gonna fuck it up, or she?
Maybe.
Excuse me for assuming your gender.
Yikes, bro.
It's a guy. I don't think that they're gonna fuck it up. I really think that it would be up to the consumer's opinion about it. Like, I love Destiny 2, but it's not your cup of tea, right, Brian? And if I ask you what's your thoughts on Division 2 or on Destiny 2, you're gonna say I don't like it. It's bad. It's a bad game.
Yeah, I wouldn't write it off as saying it's a bad game. It's just I'm not. My school of thought is whatever you're into, I can't knock. I'm not gonna say something's bad. It just doesn't appeal to my personality, and I'm not into it, bro. I'm sure there's somebody out there that plays fucking Barbie's Dream House 19 hours a fucking day, and they want to be Barbie, and they are Barbie, and they live that Barbie fucking life. But it's just not me,
See, my
I used to
problem
do
with
all
that
types of
is
shit.
the same thing as like Destiny is the same, in my opinion. Like Destiny is very similar, and I think that's why Justin likes it to the
Division?
Division. Yeah.
robots.
very
You're-
similar
you're beating
games.
up robots.
It's not, listen, it's not because of that. It's not because he's beating up robots, but it's like you do this thing, you go here, you do this thing, and you get this, and you get these things, and then you put them in your thing, and then you upgrade your thing. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's
it's about
all
right.
the. At the end of the day, all the games are pretty much the same when you really boil them down to it. Except
Yeah.
I mean, it's in that type of genre. Like at the end of the day, if you really simplify them, that's all MMORPGs is. You go
Right.
here, you get the thing, and then you melt it down to make the other thing, or you upgrade
Right.
the thing.
It's a
But
quest and a journey.
the problem, like you said, the problem for me, like even with like for a game like Path of Exiles or Diablo, right? They hold me more, even though it could be argued that that's even more of a mindless grind. Those kind of hold my attention. I guess maybe it's just because of it's hard to explain, but like after a while, man, of playing like Destiny, it's like, all right, well, I don't want to do the same thing. Like I don't want to kill the same robot or in the same alien 17,000 times. And at the end of the day, like there's aspects of Destiny that aren't like that, like some of the raids and the strikes where you're going through different biomes and shit like that. But there's just like even with the Division, like I said, like I had fun in the Division 1, but there's just it gets to a point where it's like I don't know, man, the progression's not rewarding enough, I guess. The grind progression, it's just not, the balance isn't there, or maybe it's just I just can't justify it anymore. Like with
So,
Destiny and with that with like the Division.
With the
It's just that
Division,
style of game. Like it holds my
Right.
attention for a while, but then after that it's just
so with the Division, everyone's looking for that God roll weapon. There's
Yeah.
this one weapon that's the best
Same thing with
weapon.
Destiny.
Same thing with Destiny. But see, here's the thing. With the Division, once you get that God roll weapon, now what? Now what? There's nothing else to do now. Now I've gotten what I was grinding so much for. Now what? With Destiny, you have different components, different types of armor that are God rolled. Then you have different types of weapons, and then you need the mod to go with the weapon. And then every single Tuesday at 1 p.m., they are always releasing the weekly reset, and then there's new sets of missions to do. It's an ongoing story week to week. Like they started doing that with Beyond Light, if I'm not mistaken. Beyond Light is the one where it was an ongoing thing that you couldn't do the next step until the following Tuesday. And then on
What was
Tuesday,
Beyond Light?
Beyond Light was the DLC that they came out with, where they introduced the new class,
right.
the Stasis.
Well, for me, arguably, that's part of the model. to
Jason, what's
keep
up,
you
man? Thanks for
playing the
tuning into
fucking
the
game.
channel, man. This is our first podcast of the Paradox Collective, man. And Diablo is a better game than The Division, in his opinion. Cold Wave said that.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Anyways, like it's just like I said even with Destiny, like I said, I just maybe if I was still playing it, but like I said, they lost me at the Mars thing. But it's
I
just
think they were trying too hard.
different way. Yeah, and like I said, like I was saying before, basically what it is with them having it be ongoing every week, and there's new missions, and you get the next thing, and then the next thing. It's like if they didn't do that, if Destiny was still set up the way it used to be, to where you grind all these missions and you grind the PvP, and then you get to the top of your pinnacle of light, and then you're doing your next character, and then you're done.
Yeah.
There would be no reason to keep playing it. So I understand why they did that and why they're doing the live service model. They added these things because if it was just we grind to this, like if you were a top light level, you know what I mean, and then you're like, oh no, I still need to get this weapon.
Right.
Destiny's always kind of had that to where there's always the next thing you have to get. There's always the carrot and the stick with Destiny, but it's just and like I said, I would say they've kind of done that well, but. For me, like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of live service models in general. I feel like at the end of the day, like with most of the games, especially these games that come out nowadays, every fucking game that comes out nowadays has a fucking patch on day one.
Always.
They're releasing shit that's not done. They're releasing games.
I like it.
We don't even gotta
Cyberpunk
mention-
2077.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't even mention that.
The
I mean,
thing is still broke.
Here's the thing. It's not even just that. Think about games like fucking Star Citizen. that have been in alpha or
Ooh.
been in beta for like 10 fucking years. And there's people that have invested legitimately thousands of dollars in pixels, that they've bought little pixels, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That they can use, that they'll slip through the floor and fly out into space and die, or their pixels will break and they can't even get those pixels back that they paid lots of money for in this game. Games like that and shit like that whole idea that, you know what, we're gonna half-ass this and we're gonna tell you, we're gonna promise you a bunch of stuff, give us money and
Yep.
subscribe to us, and then we'll make the game as it goes and as you keep giving us money. Like, get your fucking money, get your investors, and make the whole game, and then
Don't start a Kickstart. Don't have a Kickstart program.
so- and the problem.
I'm-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You
Well,
finish.
part of the problem is that we as consumers have created this environment because we continue
True.
to buy these games.
Absolutely.
True.
So like,
Absolutely.
and it's not at this point. There's no telling people and thinking people are just gonna, oh no, we need to boycott. We're gonna stop buying games. People aren't gonna do that. People are gonna continue to consume, and so it's our fault as consumers, but at the same time, it's not our fault because consumers are going to consume. And as bad as it sounds, some of this shit was inevitable because people saw this market, like they saw, like with look at with when Battlefront 2 first came out, when they had all the microtransactions where you could basically pay your way to having all the shit.
Pay to
Then they
win.
had to
Yep.
And then and as bad as that was, right? What you have to think about is think about all the people, right, that initially did that paid to win. There was enough people that paid to win that it wrecked the experience for a lot of people who didn't pay to win, which means a lot of people paid to win, right? Which means the model works. Which means the model works.
They
People
forced
are gonna do
everybody
it.
to pay to win in order to be able to compete with everybody else. Like, I hate
Yes and
games like
no.
that.
They did. But
I hate games like that. Like me, Brian, and even with you. Like me and you started playing Battlefield 5 together again. And then me and Brian started playing it together. And then I bought Brian Battlefield 4. And then me and him both bought Battlefield 1. And when you load into those games, these people have been playing since day one. They're level 985. They have all
Right.
the good weapons and they're fully leveled out. And me and Brian and even me and you were getting fucking murked immediately.
here's the
In
thing,
that situation, if you could tell me I pay $20 and I get all those same weapons, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 5 on PlayStation
Right.
lately, and I've been having a lot of fun. Like,
Is it still free?
yeah, I think so.
All right,
I don't know, I
everybody
think
in
it's
my
next
chat,
month.
if you guys are on PlayStation, you can go and download Battlefield 5 right now for free. They're getting ready to release Battlefield 6 at the end of this year. So
But like, I wasn't having a lot of fun on PC when I was playing with you guys for the same reason, because it was just every lobby was full of sweats. On console, part of the reason, of course, is because it was free to play and it was part of one of the games. But other reasons, people are just, they're more casual. Like, you're on console and shit, shooters like Battlefield, like, I'm sure you can find some sweaty lobbies, but I mean, like, people are they're chilling a little bit more. They're not fucking, I don't know.
So somebody just made a good valid point in my chat, and he says, I'm waiting on the day that the game to come from Ready Player One, the Oasis. That would be really cool.
Is that a thing? That would be
I don't-
fucking awesome.
I don't think it's a thing. I haven't done any research on it. Let's search the internet right now. Let's take a look and see. But that would be fucking dope. Woohoo! Stop spamming.
Great movie, by the
I gotta fix that. Nightbot is blocking you from commenting right now. Let's go ahead and hit it right here, and let's do.
Nightbot
ready?
just mega deleted Cold Waves messages in that chat. Rip Cold
I'm gonna
Wave.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you where that's gonna come from. That a game like this is gonna branch from something that's initially gonna start out as
Beta on
a
Steam.
game like
Whoa! Ready Player One, Oasis beta, free to play right now. It's VR. Oculus Rift. I'm downloading this bitch right fucking now. Oh wait, no, because that wants me. Hold on, I gotta go Steam. We're gonna
Mixed
go
reviews
store.
already.
Yeah, it might be shit, Justin. Just fucking download it.
Ready Player.
Justin's all hyped, dude.
Oh, dude.
You know, when I first started talking to Justin, he talked to me about Tarkov for like 3 weeks straight until I bought it. He hyped me up so much.
Yeah,
He's all hyped.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
You gonna get this?
Oh, that's dope.
It's like Wii party games on VR.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
prob-
it's
That's
definitely
cool.
a step in the right direction.
This is good. This I guarantee this is more like playing the book than being in the Oasis. Playing the movie / the book. You know what I mean? It's more like playing that story through.
I am.
Is it
Downloading
multiplayer?
it.
Is it multiplayer? Or is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
single player?
PvP, online PvP, right here.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That looked
Oh,
like a
check it out.
2D. Can you go
It
back?
looks terrible, dude.
You want me to go back?
That one
Alright, we'll
image,
play it
that
again.
one
We'll play it
image
again.
right there.
We'll play it again. Hold on.
It looked like a 2D image of a 3D map.
Here.
It looked so bad.
One more time. One more time.
I'll tell you when.
Tell me
I'm
when and I'll
delayed 'cause
pause it.
I'm looking at it delayed.
We need to fix this for
screen.
next time. We need to fix the audio problem for next time. Because we're gonna get off.
Where is it? I probably missed it.
I don't think I think it's set up yet. This looks terrible. That looks really bad. Yeah, I think it already went by, but all that looks.
Go. The one where he's like running and shooting.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was
It
at the
looks
very beginning.
So
It was at the very
terrible.
beginning. Very beginning of it. Here we go. I got it. It's gonna be right up here. It's coming up right now. Right there.
That so bad.
Horrible.
That looks like. Have you ever played Terminator 2 for fucking Super Nintendo?
Oh my god.
That's
I
what that
might
shit
have.
looks like.
I don't think I have though.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
There
Oh
was-
my god, what
There
is
used to be a
that?
Terminator arcade game that was so fucking good. Do you remember that Terminator arcade
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh,
Real
we should all
good.
go to Fun Depot, bro.
Is it open? Yeah, it should be, right?
Yeah, it should be.
All right, I'll meet you. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
go.
I can't
Like,
remember what
in
day
a
it is,
couple
but
weeks.
yeah, I can't remember what day it is, but on a certain day, it's like unlimited games for like $20 or whatever.
Who is making that fucking game?
Pull it up on
What
Steam.
is that?
Let's pull it up on Steam and take a look. It's downloading right now.
Oh my god, you're
Directive
wasting your
Games
hard drive
Limited.
space.
Vive Studios. Vive is making it.
Oh,
I'm not-
Vive.
Look at the reviews. I'm not sold on it.
All right, let's take a look at the reviews. Here's the thing: I don't understand
Make
why
that
they would
full
release
screen,
only a
that
few
shit.
games at a time instead of
Make it
all
full
they
screen.
got. Make it full
Sorry,
screen.
Cold Wave. If you were looking forward to this game and we just trashed it hard, bro. Sorry.
Doesn't work. Stop watching. Stream volume. Mute. It's not working. Can't see it.
I don't know. You can't see this right now.
I mean, I can see it, but it's not big.
Yeah, I can't make it any bigger. Hold on. Read more. Rise of the Gunters. Battle of the Oasis. Nice idea. Okay, so these are different things to do inside the game. So
Yeah.
it's the game, and then there's like sub games inside each game. Also in China, they worked on the full dive. If you have seen the Sword Art Online series, I have not.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
You should say Sword. bro.
yeah.
Sword Art Online. That's an anime, so that's another thing we could talk about someday. But Sword Art Online was I watched the first season. It was pretty good. The second season was kind of lame, but it was like the whole premise was that there was like these dudes were people. They went into like a VR game that was like a super immersive, where like I don't remember, like you put on the headset or you take a pill or some shit, and then you go into the world, and it's like. Do you remember the movie Gamer? with,
No.
Dude, and it was like a guy, and like he was like a prisoner, and they put a chip in his brain, and then like you use them like in like a shooting arena.
No.
No, but that sounds
Remember
cool.
that fucking the dude from Dexter was in it. Gamer,
Gamer?
bro, that movie was the shit, bro.
Hold up.
Sounds like Total Recall.
Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's
Tell
watch
me
the
if you don't remember
trailer.
Gamer.
I don't. Gamer
Yeah.
movie trailer.
Pat, do you have games you want to talk about?
Not really. I kind of wanted to touch on Subnautica.
It was in
Below Zero,
2009.
but yeah, this shit came out a long time ago. Terry Crews was in it, I think.
Hmm.
Is it up all the way? It should be up all the way on
Yeah.
my end. Hold on one second.
Maybe it's on my end, bro. I don't know, man. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, I can't play that. I can't play that. The music. I can turn the volume all the way down. I'm gonna have to watch it. It has
Yeah,
to
but
happen.
you haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to watch that. That has to happen.
That trailer looked kind of corny. Maybe with the audio off, it just was not hitting for me, but it looked corny.
Marilyn Manson was playing the whole time, so I couldn't. This video would get immediately taken down. We don't want that for our first
Right.
podcast. So,
I like that movie.
all right, what game did you want to talk about, Pat?
Wanted to talk about. Sorry, Eden. I wanted to talk about Subnautica. Subnautica Below Zero.
I know
It just
Subnautica
came out
is
like
your shit.
this. Yeah, I think it just came out last Friday, maybe. And so I haven't played it yet. I didn't buy it yet, but like everybody else, all the Let's Players have already played through it. So I haven't watched any of the footage on it because I don't want to. I saw
Pull
a
up,
little
pull up the
bit.
trailer. Pull up the trailer.
Maybe people won't be able to hear it.
Yeah, I know.
The trailer is not like it's not really good. Well, without context, because like I don't know, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up. I
The
watched it. I
DayZ
think, a
Battle
while ago.
Royale event, dude, that was such a flop.
Was it?
Yeah, dude, they tried to come out with a Battle Royale version for DayZ mod.
Well, they already didn't know they had one, didn't they? What the hell is
If you
that?
could call it
Stuff, dude?
a thing.
Huh?
I'm gonna say they tried.
Yeah, I can't hear it. I don't know why.
Did your chat hear it?
No, they're not gonna be able to. Yeah, there's no audio coming through. What the fuck? I don't know.
Is this game
why.
in VR?
I don't think it is.
The best thing about this game, dude, to be honest, is you really don't need to. Like, there's no real there's dialogue in it, but it's like this game is so atmospheric.
Right.
When I played this game, the first one, right? Like you're going through it and you don't know what's going on, you have no idea, and you've got to freaking get all these little things and scan the stuff and stay alive, and like you'll hear this music, it'll get creepy, and you see some shit behind you, and it's some giant monster, and you're like, oh shit. It was just the
Is it,
perfect mix. Go ahead.
Is it multiplayer or is it single player?
Single player, but like it's like single player open world survival, basically pseudo open world, because I mean you have different biomes and stuff, and
That looks
different
fucking crazy.
creatures that you're gonna encounter. So it's like you have to scan different. You basically have to gather resources, build things, and then I'm not really sure what the goal of this one is. I'm sure it's probably to get off the planet, like the last one was. But like the actual storyline of this game was really, really, really fucking cool.
Love
it
is
was
like glass. It breaks if handled clumsily. Thanks,
What are you doing,
George
dude?
Dingus.
And it was, anyways, it was really engaging. You
Right.
know, like you were going throughout the story, and you could it made you get invested.
Right.
Some games, there's games that you'll play, and like some of the feelings that you get are artificial. Some of like when I'm invested in this game. Sometimes it's I'm invested in Destiny because I have to grind this next thing out. But like sometimes when you're in some stories, like some like I'm trying to think of another one. I don't know if you ever played Titanfall 2, the story mode.
Oh yeah, I tricked Brian into buying it. You remember that?
I don't know.
Joke's on you. I play it with my buddy who's in Guam who can't play real video games, so I still play it.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I played Titanfall 2. I played the fuck out of Titanfall 2 on console for a long time. It's not a bad game, and the campaign for Titanfall 2 is, in my opinion, one of the greatest campaigns any video game of all time. Just for the emotion that it makes you feel and like how crazy it is.
Sarko said
Even though
that's a
it's-
good game.
Yeah, it's not long. The campaign isn't long, but that fucking. There's so much to it, dude. And it just makes you like you develop feelings for the characters.
Right.
And a lot of games you don't. And some games force you to kind of artificially have feelings for characters that you don't really want to.
Yeah.
Like, perfect example of that, in my opinion, was The Last of Us 2. Like,
Hey, and George,
they
I love
games
my
will
poster
tell
as
you how
well.
to feel.
And I also am a believer in love's
About
power.
it.
I am
about
madly in
something?
love with my girlfriend and my daughter. I have a 5-month-old
Subnautica never
daughter,
did
George.
that.
So yeah, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the support, bro.
Last of Us 1 was amazing, by the way.
I've never played any of them.
One of the Last of
I
Us 1 was
watched
probably one
people
of the.
play Last of Us 1. That's the only time I've ever sat through a playthrough of watching someone else play a story game, and I watched the whole thing.
It's only
I
on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started playing The Last of Us 1 at the other apartment, and Jordan, I think, came out and watched for like the intro for like a long time on the intro because it's so crazy.
Right.
Like, it's
Mhm.
probably one of the another one of the top. Last of Us 1 was probably is in one of the top greatest storylines of all time in a game. Last of Us 2 not so much.
So
But
what are some good story games from back in the day? I'm not talking about now.
You know,
do you-
it's one of the best. Do you have one in mind? I was going to talk over you.
Max Payne. Max Payne, I
I
love
watched my
Max
brother play
Payne.
that one a lot.
Dude, I love Max Payne. What was
Yeah.
yours?
Halo Reach.
Ooh,
Did you ever play Halo Reach all the way through?
I did not.
Amazing. Amazing.
Mine was
Planescape tournament?
Killzone 1.
Never
Killzone
heard
1
of it.
was fucking
Killzone.
yeah, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Killzone 1 was on PlayStation 2. It is
Yeah. When Pat was talking about like you feel for the characters,
Yeah.
in the end of Halo Reach, it's a prequel. So like I believe in like Halo 2 or Halo 3, the Spartans, the main characters,
yeah.
they're like a scarce species. So in Halo Reach, you are defending the planet that gets overrun, and you sacrifice yourself at the end on a dying planet that's overrun with those aliens, and you watch the spaceship fly away as you get bombarded by a million fucking aliens, dude. It is epic. It is
That
so awesome.
sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, your
What do
glasses
you-
like your visor's fucking cracking, dude. Me and my brother were fucking shooting aliens. Like I can't take them. It was amazing, dude. It was awesome.
What do
I
you
had
guys
so much
think
fun.
about the Exodus series?
Never heard of it.
Exodus, like Exodus Metro.
Talk about Metro.
Oh,
Metro.
yeah,
I meant to say Metro. I'm sorry. Metro series.
So I
There-
actually got into the. I have one of them. I mean, look, I have one of them motherfuckers. I think. Why is it still playing?
Who is that?
Jacksepticeye,
PewDiePie?
I think.
Oh, that was Jack, wasn't it?
He's playing Phantomophobia or whatever.
Metro Last Light. So I have that one. I played part of it. It's interesting. It's kind of cool. I'm liking it. It was interesting. There's a game that I played recently. Did you ever play Control?
No, but I saw.
I've
I
seen
saw
it.
it.
My brother played the fuck out of it. He loved
So
it.
I have it, and I started playing it. I think I'm maybe about 30 or 40% of the way through, and I stopped playing it. Because some of the mechanics are starting to get really tedious. It's like it's really I'm not gonna lie, the game's really cool. I like the idea, like the whole. There's a lot of shit that I really like about the game, but I got to a part where it's just. I should have been more patient with it. I think once I get past this particular part, it'll be easy. But it's like it's I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like you gotta beat up guys and then mind control them, I don't. It's hard. Anyways, I like the idea of Control, but like I didn't like the execution of the game. Like when I was playing, I played it for a while. I was like, this is really good. Then I got to a part, and I was like, oh, this game actually sucks. And I realized why it wasn't as well received as I thought it was gonna be. Because I think the game could be really good, but it got really bogged down in bullshit.
So I've done that with a
Mhm.
lot of games, and one of the main games I did it with, but I ended up picking it back up, was Dying Light. Like, that's what happened when I first started playing Dying Light. I got to a part where it was either that it was so tedious that I just lost my interest in it, or I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to do. And then I had nothing to play one day, and I just put it. This is when I was only on Xbox. I put it back in my Xbox and started playing it, and I fucking loved it. And now I can't wait for Dying Light 2 to come out.
So I think Dying Light. I'm pretty sure Dying Light was free on PlayStation. And
Did you get it?
I think so, but for some reason it won't let me download it. But I did get it, so something's wrong with my thing. But like I downloaded something else. That's what because I got the Battlefield. So I think Dying Light is on there too. But like it says I can download it, but when I click on it, it won't let me. So I don't know what's going on with that. Look,
I would message PlayStation support
this
and
is
see what
zombie
they
game,
say.
though, right?
Yeah, it's a zombie game, but there's like it's an open world zombie game, which is really fucking dope. And the mechanics on it, as far as like the way you kill the zombies, is like none other. I don't remember specifically like what sets it apart because it's been so long since I played it. But like the gameplay, the quality of the video game in and of itself, like the graphics on it are amazing. It looks beautiful.
Brian, one of our boys, Brian Time, he was streaming that the other night, and I was watching it. Looks really cool. It's an interesting game. Like you got to search and shit, and you
Yeah.
shoot around, and so
It had
I
a
don't
really
know.
good story to it as well, and it kind of leads you into the next part for Dying Light 2, which was supposed to come out like over a year ago, and it just keeps getting postponed. And they even made an announcement that it wasn't going to come out at all. And then like shortly after that, then they announced again that it's going to still come out, and it's supposed to come out maybe next year or something like that. It's one of those things where people aren't saying anything about it. They're like barely giving any leaks or any information about it. And it's just one of those things where you just kind of cross your fingers and hope. You know what I mean? So
That sounds more like a politics or internal issue than a COVID type thing, don't it?
yeah, it could be, but I feel like COVID had something to do with it, man. A lot of the games that are getting pushed back are because of COVID, man.
It's true.
So I mean, everybody's working at home. I feel like I work more productively at home. That's just
I think
me.
most people don't. I think most people don't.
It's because they're not responsible. They want to do everything other than actually work at home.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have my supervisor over my shoulder. I don't
Yeah.
really have to directly answer to somebody. I'm able to get more work done. I'm able to be more focused. I'll usually have like YouTube or something playing on my one monitor, and I'm doing whatever I need to do for work on my other monitor.
Yeah.
So that's just me. But I guess other people can't do the same. I don't know.
So we might have some alien guy on next week, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Let's talk a
working
little bit
on
about
that.
that. 'Cause I feel like we're about to. What time is it?
We've been live for an hour and a half, an hour and 25 minutes.
10:30 Eastern
Okay,
Standard
yeah.
Time.
I'm thinking it's about time to maybe wrap it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about. So obviously we don't know if it's a he or a she. We don't know who it is. Hashtag only two genders. But we do know that there's a possibility that we might have somebody on the
That's true.
show.
Somebody in my chat just said if your job is bullshit, it'll be mega bullshit remote. If your job is hardcore, it'll be mega hardcore remote. So I guess that's true.
Anyways, so
I would know. I want to elaborate on that. There's somebody in
what?
our chat, so I want to go about your job being bullshit. It'll be mega bullshit when you're remote. If your job is hardcore, it'll be mega hardcore when you're remote. So I guess that it's kind of true. I feel like what I do for work, I have a passion for what I do for work, and when I was able to work from home, I still loved it just as much as if I was in the office. I felt like me being able to work from home and not having my supervisor over my back questioning everything that I was doing with a particular client or a patient that I was working with, it made it easier for me to do my job.
Well, not being micromanaged is always, going to be
Almost
best
easier,
case
yeah.
scenario, yeah, for the most
And
part.
And you know what I do for work is kind of like you're always being micromanaged. They want to ask a million questions about the person that you're talking to and all that stuff. So
They really shouldn't though. Like it should
yeah,
be the opposite.
thanks, George.
It really should be the opposite with your job.
Never had the
Anyway,
opportunity to work from home. I imagine
Yeah.
it being awesome.
Yeah,
so
next week.
aliens. So
Yes.
Have any of you guys, like either of you guys, ever had like an experience with an alien? Seen an alien? Been butt
Not that I
fucked by an
know of.
alien?
So
Not that I know of.
Not
No, what do you mean? You mean no? Hold on a second. Let's stop with that. Like, so when you
Oh.
say not that you know of, do you mean that like maybe you had an experience where you thought it could be an alien, and then it was just like a guy in an alien suit, or
You're
or
funny.
an alien in a guy
Um,
suit?
I mean, maybe. Like, I have a lot of thoughts on like aliens, and I think, first of all, I think they're out there, and second of all, I think we are also aliens to another planet.
I mean, of course.
So
Do you-
whether
you
I
mean-
had
you
an
mean we're-
experience
you mean you
with-
don't think we're from here? You think we're from here or no?
No. So like I get what you're
No, I'm
saying.
I don't know. Those are all like really awesome existential questions that we will never have
Okay.
an answer to, but it'll be a lot of fun to dive into that shit.
Prime
Um,
example. If there was alien life, quote unquote alien life on Mars, and I were to go to Mars, and we'll say that Brian went to Mars first, that's what their thought of humans are. And then Patrick, you went to Mars. Now they have a whole nother perspective on what humans are. And then I show up with these big old holes in my ear, covered in tattoos. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? What are
What
they
planet
doing?"
are you from?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
planet
Well,
are you from?
Well, hold on though. Maybe not, because like if you as a human are walking down the street and you see a Doberman Shepherd and you see a collie and you see a Dalmatian and you see a Great Dane, you can delineate
you-
regardless what these are dogs. These are pretty much they look very much the same. They're kind of the same thing maybe. Like I can look at dogs without knowing what dogs are and tell that these things are dogs. So maybe if you see some people, I mean, you got to remember that
You've been told that from the beginning of your time that these are dogs, these are what dogs look like. But I'm saying, like, on the realm of possibility that anything
I got
is
you, George. Hold on
possible,
1 second.
no,
I
what
could
I'm-
have been visited and not known it. I don't know what aliens technology they have.
Okay,
I believe
so-
there's already aliens among us.
So
I
this
believe all that
comment,
shit.
Brian, this comment is directed directly at you. Why do you say
Yeah.
you will never know? Big guy with the glasses. Sorry, I'm new here. This is George
Okay.
Dingus. If aliens landed
Fucking
tomorrow,
Dingus.
we will know. That might happen, although I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Absolutely, I agree with that.
I think
agree.
it has.
I mean, like, as of right, he asked the question, like, what was it in context?
It's more of a tongue.
Have we always been here? Have we always been here? Or were we like planted here? Or are we like an alien species or what? So like the history of the earth, the history of the human race, like I think
Right.
that was in context. Like we will never know, but like, yeah, hopefully we get visited. Hopefully one, it's not hostile. Two, hopefully they give us all the answers that we're seeking for and they tell us our past and they tell us our future. That would be great. I just say we don't know up until this point. We can have speculations, right? Pyramids, whatever. Go back in history as
They've
far
got
as
all
we
the
can.
videos. They've got all the videos now of like the little spaceship memes that
Yeah,
the Navy has
NASA
seen
and-
and
yep.
stuff and all these shit. So I don't know, man. To be honest, like I don't feel like for our as humans, for our perspective, right? If we were to go to another planet,
Yep.
when we leave for the stars, right, and we are heading to another planet, I don't think that there are any misconceptions about what would happen to another species if they happen to be on the planet that we decided to colonize. Like it's not there wouldn't be it would be a lot more like Avatar or Warhammer 40K than it would be like Lilo and Stitch, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
As humans, like because
So-
we're not.
I
people
do
forget,
believe
like,
that,
our
George, by the way.
Our human nature, in my opinion, like if we're going all the way across the galaxy, we're gonna take
agree.
whatever the fuck we find when we get there,
Absolutely.
or we're gonna die trying.
So,
So in that mindset, for me, when I think about an intelligent species coming to our planet en masse, maybe not one or two, like apparently, or a couple little memes in a ship, little green guys. But if they come in a big ass Independence Day ship, I don't think it's going to be good for us.
Do you believe the U.S. government knows more than they tell us? Like maybe they already have
1000%.
welcomed aliens at Area
Absolutely.
51 or something? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely.
I think that like there was because I look at a lot of these stories because I'm fat. The one thing, so I'm not really scared by, people have like that one thing that scares them, whatever. That's kind of like the irrational thing. So like like werewolves and vampires, none of that shit really gets me. That doesn't get me. But like the aliens kind of get me because like they could be real. Like they could be under my bed and shit, like trying to probe my butt. Like it could happen. So
I don't
in
think
the
there'd be a
realm of
need for them to go
possibilities,
anally into us, man. I would fucking love a visit. I would love it.
all right. So like I don't know. Like I think it would
What's
be,
the
I think it'd
first
be
thing you would say
interesting.
to an alien?
Oh man, what is the meaning of life?
How
What's the
fuck would they
point?
know?
What do you mean? They're higher intelligent beings. They have successfully contacted and developed a way to. Man, I think it's just gonna be us. Like I think I have so much, man. I don't want to get
think
into
it'd be-
this.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
because this is all for
interesting.
next week. This is all for next week. This is
Well, I
our
think it's
topic next
interesting.
week.
I think this could be a long topic for whenever, but I think
It
it's
could.
interesting that like there's a possibility that like we could develop warp travel. They're like we don't know what we need. We might need a different kind of metal or
We could.
material or something like that. But hold on. But we could do that, and we
Okay.
could do that, and it could be something like where boom, it's like a technological explosion, like anything, right? That could happen in the next 10 years. We wouldn't be any more advanced. We could be popping in and out, folding through space time and shit. We'd be no more advanced than we are now. I think that it makes sense to think that aliens would be super way more advanced. But the other thing is that this thing that he's pulling up reminds me of something too, that a lot of the shit that people see or
Yeah,
whatever,
this is Hollywood shit, though.
a lot of
You-
no, but hold on, a
So
lot of the
you
shit
think
that
all this
hold
stuff is
on,
Hollywood?
hold on. A lot of the shit that people see about the
I
aliens
don't
and
know,
stuff
bro.
have links to like
I love
like
it. We can't get
humans,
into this right now, dude. I could
like
talk about this
humans.
for hours, bro.
We ain't got
Are
nothing
we
better
We
to
all
really gonna
do.
dive
could.
into this shit
Well,
right
no,
now?
I'm gonna get off pretty soon here because I want to go freaking. I'm gonna walk my dog and then
Okay,
whatever.
so what
and
do
then
you
we're
guys
gonna
know about this photo right
Trying
here?
to play
rob
some
a store.
GTA Online, bro.
Yeah,
What do you guys know about this photo?
I don't know. What about it?
Dude with the cell phone right there. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
So this
probably
guy
seen
right
this, yeah.
here. This guy right here.
I think I've seen this photo. Yeah,
So
but it's
this
not
was
real,
taken.
is it?
I
It
love
was
it.
taken in 1940. They have discovered that this photo is
love it.
authentic. They have
Gotta
found
make
that
it-
this photo
it's gotta-
is authentic.
Is that a
I love
Maryland?
it. Nobody's
Maryland
staring at
sweatshirt?
him. Nobody notices him.
Nobody's. Yeah. His glasses. He's wearing something around his neck. They don't know if it's a camera or what. But in this photo, it looks like he's holding a camera in his hand. It's either a cell phone or a camera in his hand. Here's another thing. I'm gonna blow your guys' fucking mind right now. I'm gonna
No,
blow your
save
mind.
it for
Hold
next
on.
week. Save it.
No. We're gonna just quickly look at it. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield.
No, Mike Tyson. How
Hold
could
on.
you?
Hold on. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pause it at the moment.
You know where it is?
Oh yeah. Oh, because I've looked into this a lot.
Like, can
Tell me you found an alien.
No.
Can you just fast forward to the part, bro? Or
I
are we gonna watch
don't-
9 minutes of fucking video?
No, it's gonna happen here soon. Hold on. All right. Are you guys seeing the types of cameras that everybody's using in this?
No.
Oh, I don't see
Are these
anybody
just the
using cameras.
highlights?
I don't see anybody using the camera, bro.
There's a couple people
Oh,
using
I
cameras.
think
Oh
I
yeah, there's
fucking-
some cameras. That's some cameras
All right,
down
hold
there.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Show me a crazy camera.
See the Polaroid camera.
So this is 1990. This is just highlights. Fuck. Hold on. I will just go ahead and search it. Mike
Google
Tyson,
search the thing.
Holyfield,
Space camera.
iPhone 11.
Justin's an alien. Look at him.
iPhone 11.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
Wait, nope, that's not it. Hold on.
Yo,
Hold on.
I have an idea.
Mike
Never mind.
Tyson,
I'll tell you after.
iPhone 11. There it is. Oh, it was McNeely. It wasn't. Okay. Watch this. This happened in like 1995.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Right
I
there.
heard about this.
Right there. What is that? What is that? What is that?
Go back.
I have it paused on here.
Are they
What is
gonna
that?
go? Are they gonna do a little slowy boy so
Oh,
we can see it
yeah.
a little bit better?
It just looks like a Polaroid turned sideways.
Kind of looks like one of those cameras that has a side boy on it.
That is a cell phone.
That's not a cell phone.
That
it's
is a
Polaroid
fucking
turned
cell
No,
phone.
because it's not because the way he's holding
It's
it.
one of
He's
them
not holding it like a
disposable
cell phone.
cameras.
He's not holding it like a cell phone.
What cameras look like this in the 1900s? Or
It's a
1900s? In the
disposable
90s?
camera that's turned sideways.
Nah, man.
Look how he's holding it. He's not holding it like you'd hold a cell phone filming something.
Absolutely.
If you were holding
like
a cell
that.
phone
I like
filming
that
it,
you're
you'd have
hopeful.
Look, they're
have the
showing
back
you
of your
all the
hand.
cameras. The lenses were made in the middle.
Camera. Show me a disposable camera with a flash.
Yeah, it's the flash down here. What's the flash down here on the bottom? Oh, no, that's not.
What's
that's
the
not
big
something.
black thing on the bottom? You see that?
It's some kind of. The way you can tell is that giveaway is how they're holding it. They've got one
He's
hand on
clicking
the
the
whole side
button.
of
Yeah,
it.
he's
Yeah.
clicking the button on the side right there.
It even flashed white. Did you see that?
He's just holding that side.
Nah, man.
I like that you're hopeful, though. I'm into it. But I think that's a disposable camera turned sideways.
What I'm trying to say is he's holding. It's not a camera just based. I mean, it's not a cell phone just based on the way he's holding it.
Absolutely. He was holding it straight up and down like this.
No, he wasn't. Look, he's got one hand on it. He has both of his hands on the one side of it.
Like this.
Yeah, he's holding it like that. He's not. Holding
I
it
didn't.
like
I didn't see that. I didn't see. We'll
Like
we'll
that.
dig more. We'll dig more into that
If he was
next
holding
week.
like a cell phone, if it was like a cell phone, yeah.
Like this?
That's not how he was holding it. No.
How was he
Oh
holding
no,
it?
bro! It's a
Look at-
fucking
look at
disposable
it.
camera turned sideways. I know it.
He's holding it like by one hand, like by like one side of the phone. But like
Alright,
literally
so
like pinching it between his
when you
fingers.
can Google search and find me a picture of a white disposable camera in 1995, we can have this conversation.
All right, gentlemen. Well,
That there are time travelers just walking around is my mailman. It could be a time traveler. We would never know. If that were the case, George, nobody would ever know. So
time
here's
travelers
another
make
thing.
more sense than aliens.
Time travel does make more sense than aliens. Here's another thing, and we're going to talk more about this next week. So, George, next week, we're currently interviewing people that have been abducted by aliens, and we're going to have somebody that has been abducted or claims to be abducted by an alien on our show next week. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the
Follow,
bell
bro.
notification so you don't
Yeah.
miss that interview. But here's another thing about time travel. The Simpsons.
We're gonna press them.
The Simpsons. That's all I'm going to say. The Simpsons. How many things have they guessed right?
They've done that might be a function also of volume.
Heard a
though.
lot of rumors about edited versions of things circulating that are not original to make it look like they told.
My
future.
girlfriend religiously watched The Simpsons, and she has said that she remembers seeing all that, and she
Alright,
still watches
maybe-
The Simpsons.
Maybe we could find some hoaxy things and then compare it to the original aired.
So next week, that's all right. That's our homework for next week. We'll definitely get comparison and we'll do the research on it. But next week, for sure, we're gonna have somebody that has claimed to be abducted by aliens. Awesome show. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate you being here, man. So that's what we're going to do next week. Everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Paradox Collective, man. If you did, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. And you want to, please consider subscribing to our channel. Well, this is my channel. We're going to have a Paradox Collective YouTube channel. And I will link all of that stuff in this, or by next week, we'll have everything up and running, man. I appreciate everybody for being here, man. Y'all have a really good night. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Are you coming? Are you gonna stream later or no?
Yeah, I'll talk to